Never thought I would have to make this video. Bitcoin is right now on the brink of a massive move that's going to shake out so many people from the market. After we got a very large move to the upside last week, we rejected exactly from the short setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Shout out to the Casper Crew, shout out to everybody who shorted from the exact top. But I want to talk about not only my targets for the short trade, but also why I'm still holding this juicy swing long trade, the setup that we gave in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We have some very exciting price action right now, and I think we have a great opportunity to plan for our next big trade. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications because we are bringing you the juiciest and the most timely Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. For about 3.5 weeks, Bitcoin has been trading in this ascending parallel channel. And as you can see, after we tapped into this very key level, the setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we have come back down where we are currently testing the bottom of this parallel channel. Now, this is a very, very key area. And the reason why is because if we break down from this channel, and especially if we start to close 4-hour and daily candles below $29,400, that will open up the door for a lot of downside. When we go to the daily time frame, we can see that we had a very, very fast move up, which could equal a very, very fast move down, right? Smooth move up equals a very smooth move down. We're talking a very smooth move. Lots of fiber. You took a bowl of oatmeal, put some prunes in there, some bran flakes in there. The move was very smooth. Not only are we coming down to the parallel channel, but as we can see, we are currently testing once again the value area high of this old massive range that we were trading since March 2023. Now, why is this so important? Well, when we're analyzing volume, we're looking at at what prices were most people willing to buy and sell Bitcoin. And that establishes for us a fair value zone. If the price breaks out of a fair value zone and is able to hold above it, where the previous area of resistance is now support, that is very bullish. And we can expect Bitcoin to get another move to the upside where we will establish another fair value zone at higher prices. However, if the price comes back down inside that fair value zone and starts closing daily candles within that fair value zone, it actually becomes more probable than not that we make our way all the way back down to the high volume node, which would be a 6% drop to the downside. And if we lose that, it becomes more probable than not that we make our way all the way back down to the low of the range, which will be a 12% move to the downside, bringing us back to the mid 26,000s. So are we going to get that big drop? Well, here's what I'm looking at right now to determine whether or not I'm going to close the swing trade that I've taken literally from the exact bottom of the move, setup that we gave in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. By the way, if you are looking for a trading community and you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where every single day we do multiple live streams, we give our trade setups, we give the levels we're looking to trade, like this juicy XRP long that we gave yesterday during the New York Open live stream. Shout out to everybody who took this juicy long literally from the exact bottom of the move. If you want to join, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Go ahead and click the link to join the VIP Discord. Also, make sure if you want to learn how to trade, check out the 25% discount we have on these trading courses in the pinned comment and the description. This is changing the way thousands of people approach the markets, turning complete beginners into profitable traders if you actually apply this information. If you want to take advantage of the volatility of these markets, longing and shorting Bitcoin and altcoins, I highly recommend you check out my go-to exchange, MEXC, the best deal on fees out there, 0% limit order fees, 0.01% market order fees. I use it to swing trade. It's amazing for scalping on the low time frames, up to a $9,000 deposit bonus if you click the link in the pinned comment and the description. Also, if you are looking for an exchange that does not require KYC or VPN, make sure to check out ZoomX in the pinned comment and the description, my other go-to exchange. Of course, only sign up for an exchange if you actually know how to trade. Now, if we go to the weekly time frame, I have to admit things are looking quite grim for the short term on Bitcoin because we're about to print a red dot on Market Cipher B. However, the money flow is coming up. So this still makes me maintain a macro bullish bias where I would be looking for this giant uptrend to continue. But if we get this red dot printing, I would expect that we go and put in a significant low right here. But here's something we need to keep in mind. When we take a look at the entirety of this chart going all the way back to the end of 2020, we can go ahead and we can just take a line and put it at this low right here. This low is coming in at exactly $28,800. This line right here, $28,800, is so crucial because it was our support back in January 2021. It was our perfect support back here in June, July 2021. It was a massive support resistance flip where we got a dead cat bounce in May 2022. And then it was a perfect resistance right here in March 2023. And now we've actually officially broken out from this line. Now, the reason why this is so crucial is because when we are looking for continued upside, we want to see breakouts, yes, but a breakout actually means nothing unless we get something called a retest. What is a retest? A retest is when we break out of a pattern and then we actually come back down to show that what used to be a major area of resistance is now a major area of support. A great example of that is this inverted head and shoulders pattern that we printed on the chart going all the way back to May 2022. When we broke out of this massive 6-month long resistance, boom, what happened? We came back down to retest it. Price came back down and the market showed that the market participants no longer wanted this key level to act as a ceiling. Now they wanted it to act as a floor, and the volume, the market participants, pushed the Bitcoin price up higher. Well, we have a very similar situation coming in right now where we have a 3-year support resistance flip at 28,829. If we go to the daily time frame, once again, we see something very, very significant here. If we go ahead and take a look at this last high that we put in before the big break, we can see that we actually have a zone of support resistance flips coming in right around that $29,000 to $28,500 area. What does this mean? This means that it's very, very possible that we could get a very significant fake out to the downside and find our higher low at this box. What do we want to see here? Well, I want to see bullish divergences coming in on the chart as we come down into this box. In an ideal world, we would want to see what we saw the last time we put in a significant low over here on the Bitcoin chart, right? The swing long trade literally from the bottom gave us a very, very clear bullish signal, which is the following. We want to see market cipher B give us momentum waves getting higher. We also want to see this money flow right here, this purple stuff, getting higher as the price is getting lower into a key zone of support, right? We had the box marked out on the chart. We said this is a key zone of support. If we see certain bullish signs, we know we can expect a bounce. Well, the same holds true right now. If we come down into this green box, 28.5 to I'd say around 29.5-ish, and we see market cipher B starting to do this, right? It's getting higher over time. This purple money flow is starting to come back to the upside. We could say there's a very high probability that this was a fake out to the downside, and now we can look for a big bounce. Now, what if we don't see that, right? What if we see just the opposite? What if we see market cipher B continuing to get lower momentum waves, the money flow continuing to come way down? Then we say, this is not going to be a real bounce here, and we can look for much lower prices. And then we could say, we could look for a short trade upon losing this level if we get a move to the downside and then a back test, and then we could look to take it down toward lower prices, where then we could look for support at lower levels. Of course, guys, this is not financial advice. It's simply just one scenario that I'm looking to play out. We very well may find support at many other places, including the place we're at right now. Guys, I am a huge proponent of being as self-sufficient as possible. As things get crazier, we need to step up as individuals, as families, as communities of families to start doing more things for ourselves so we can stop relying on the systems that are looking to enslave us. Here's one of the best things you can do to become more self-sufficient. All right, y'all, I am out here on the homestead, and right now I'm in the potato patch. You can see the potato plants are starting to basically fall over and turn yellow. This means the potatoes are about ready to go. And I just want to show you guys how amazing it is to grow potatoes, okay? This right here, now I admit this is on the higher end, but I got all these potatoes from one plant. Now, the thing about potatoes is if I take this one small potato right here and I keep it in my basement until next planting season, it will grow a whole bunch of eyes. I can cut this one small potato now into 3 pieces, and each one of those 3 pieces will become its own potato plant. So how many potatoes I got here? 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, about 16 potatoes, give or take. Now, let's just say 15, right? This one potato could give me 3 plants. So I could get 45 potatoes from this plant, man. Talk about a good ROI. You know, we're into trading, growing the Bitcoin. If you're growing potatoes, think of all the calories you could produce for your family. Now combine that with something like chickens. And I mean, speaking of chickens, you've got yourself some good food, and they're so dang easy to grow. So one of the most common questions I inevitably get is, Jason, how do you store your potatoes? Well, there's a few ways. First of all, you could can them, all right? Big Buzz 28, shout out to her. Secondly, you could make mashed potatoes or chopped up blanched potatoes and freeze them. But my favorite thing to do is simply just store them as potatoes. Now let me show you how I do that. So I'm down here in the garage, which is half underground. I've got some garlic actually curing down here as well. And what I do is I set up basically just sawhorses, and I put some plywood over them. And these are just moving blankets. And I layer the potatoes underneath the moving blankets. And I can actually stack maybe like 4 or 5 stacks of potatoes here. And they will last all year. They will last all winter. I can come down here and get really nice potatoes. They do not go bad. The basement is temperature regulated, so it usually doesn't get any hotter than 70 degrees down here. And even in the winter, it doesn't get colder than maybe like 60 degrees. So it's really, really nice. Now, these potatoes have been harvested over a year ago. And I've kept them all year underneath these moving blankets. And as you can see, yes, it's shrivelly. But notice this, it's not moldy, and it has just grown these ugly eyes. Now, if you came to my house and I made you dinner, I could actually make French fries out of this. And you would not know that it was a kind of soft, shrivelly potato. You could still eat this. Now, am I going to eat this? No, I'm not, because I have new potatoes. But my point here is this. It's over a year old, still edible, and now, because it has eyes, if I wanted to plant this potato, I could probably get 2 potato plants out of this. So don't be afraid to store your potatoes long. Just rip these eyes off. You could still eat them. And they don't really start to get this bad until around the springtime. So all winter, they're still looking pretty dang good. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. May you all be very blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace!